Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. More Dead Man's Hand for you. So today we're taking a look at the Plains Indians as we wrap up working on all of the existing factions in anticipation of the Kickstarter coming out in April. So because that's going to keep us busy for quite some time. So we're going to get this one sorted out for you guys. We'll take a look at the models and the faction ability card and show you everything that you can expect inside. So we'll be right back for you. What's up, everybody? We're back and we got everything open. So there is a lot that actually comes in this one because it's not one of the book factions. So this is one of the later editions. Get our bases, of course, and our models. So again, overall, really great detail. But again, there's just going to be a ton of flash to clean up. So as you can see that, thankfully, nothing really seems to be bent out of place on this set of minis. It's really, again, just cleaning up the tons and tons of flash all over, doing some filing. And then unlike other minis here, there's a little bit of assembly just for the spear guys, and then adding the shields to the guys that can have shields. So, but other than that, again, overall detail will be fine. It's just cleaning up the mess, essentially. So, that being said, we get our sort of full faction overview, as well as on the reverse side, if you're playing campaign play, sort of experience and stuff like that. Not going to focus on that for the moment. We'll have a separate review video of the faction as well and our thoughts on that. We get actually 2 copies of the faction card, so I'm just doing the front and back here so you guys can see that. So obviously once you've played the game a few times or the faction a few times, you really won't have to refer back to the full stat sheet much once you get used to it. And then they also come with their own set of face cards as well. So, and they got some really neat abilities there too. So again, we'll have that more in the review video. But as we can see here, so they do a couple different things. The chief is still obviously the best guy, and you do have to take him. Now, usually in that second slot is kind of like the extra elite shooting guy for a faction. So they're doing something different here, where here you have a medicine man, optional, very cheap, only 2 points, but well worth taking for all the abilities that they provide. Hunters, you have an option there. You know, up to 2 of them, they're kind of the slightly better guys, whereas usually we would see that those would be the requirements in a faction. Then the last one, the cheapest models here are actually the mandatory ones, so you have to have warriors. So they're playing around with the faction requirements here as far as what you have to take a little bit, which is a refreshing change of pace. So, but here we see, this is definitely a hand-to-hand focused faction. That being said, they can still pump out some ranged damage as well. So, but they have shields, unlike every other faction, and we'll talk about that. Bows is the main ranged weapon, but then also like knives and tomahawks as well. And as you can see, literally everyone already comes with a built-in hand-to-hand bonus, and there's ways to juice that up some more. The hunters actually are the elite guys in this one, so you kind of have sort of elite shooting guys here with a +2 built in to shoot, and then the big boss, the chief, has that as well. Medicine man just has the benefit on combat, but medicine men and hunters have the 4, actually all of them have minimum of 4 hits, so this is a faction where you have essentially a lot of extra HP or damage that you can take. Usually the cheap guys at the bottom of the list are the 3 damage ones, and we don't have that here. So for 2 points, you're getting a lot of 4-hit guys. That could, you know, if you want to just purely go horde with this list, skip the hunters, take the chief, take the medicine man just for the buffs, and then just fill out warrior after warrior after warrior, and in like a full size 21-point game, that's a fair bit of models that you could bring and really just swarm the enemy. And again, being able to take that extra hit versus everybody else is pretty cool too. So they have the hand-to-hand weapons and shields, the spears and shields. Again, gives them some options here. The bow is their main bread and butter. Now, these are in centimeters here, so we have to do the inches conversion. But the bow is our second weapon that we see now that can actually get 3 shots a turn. And then the knives and tomahawks are just the 1 per turn, but essentially acts sort of like a pistol with a bonus at close range and doesn't have a long range overall. Medicine Man is there to confer all kinds of different buffs, but again, we'll focus on that in our review. So overall, this is an exciting faction. It does a lot of different things versus the standard faction requirements. Really is, again, heavily geared towards close combat, but can still do some ranged damage, and then has sort of the first faction outside of like some of the weird ones, like the fantastical ones, where you sort of essentially have a character that's there to like provide these types of buffs like this, and kind of get into the spiritual or mystical things as well. So neat way of tying that all together. So really excited to try and get this faction up and running here. So let us know your thoughts, guys, if you've played Plains Indians in Dead Man's Hand and how that's shaken out for you, and where you feel you've had success, or where you've been able to do well with the faction, and how you focus that, whether you run the Medicine Man or not, or the Hunters. Let us know. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll have more Dead Man's Hand for you soon.